It seemed like it was just yesterday it was the summer when the sun was intensely shining, but the season of fall has come. Hello, I'm Cha Tae-jun, the host of the Dongha podcast. The topic we are going to discuss today is Korea's aging society. It's one of the social issues in Korea that has been a constant issue. In particular, according to recent statistics, the proportion of the elder reached 15.7% as of 2020. The number is expected to continue to rise in tandem with low birth rates and advances in medical technology, raising concerns about a serious aging society. So today we have prepared a time to find out the reality of Korean society, the causes, effects, and solutions of aging. Let's get started on the issues of aging society. We invite Choi Hae-min, Professor of Public Administration at Dongha University, Jin Sung-yeon, Professor of Economics, and Hwang Hee-tae, Chairman of the government to cope with the aging population. Hi. First, Professor Choi Hae-min, how much has the Korea's aging progressed?
Hello, from 2019. The number of senior citizens in the Korean population began to increase comparing to the number of people aged 0 to 15 years. As of 2020, the gap is widening with 8.30 million people aged 65 or older and 6.3 million people aged 0 to 15 years. In other words, we can see that Korea's society is aging gradually. There are two main reasons for that. The first is the extension of life because of the development of medical technology, and the second is the serious low birth rate phenomenon. First of all, we can see the effects of the development of medical technology by looking at the average lifespan of Korea. It can be seen that the average lifespan of Korea has been gradually increasing over the past decade due to the dissemination of vaccinations, the development of antibiotics, the development of life support devices, and the improvement of sanitation facilities. So the number of elderly people is increasing. The second factor, most serious low birth rate, is caused by that, as the cost of child-rearing and education per child and the rapid increasing in housing prices have made it more difficult for young people to get married and give birth. In addition, the number of childbirths in Korea has decreased sharply since the financial crisis in the late 1990s, caused by income and employment conditions to become unstable and economic instability. This resulted in the total fertility rate of less than 1.3 in the 2000s. With this situation, the Korean government has begun a policy to increase childbirth. Nonetheless, as of 2020, the total fertility rate was 0.918, with less children per couple giving birth. And the aging phenomenon is becoming more pronounced as the proportion of infants and toddlers in the entire society decreases. In summary, the aging population is getting worse as both births and deaths rates decrease. In the end, the population of our country is expected to continue to decrease, and the aging population will worsen as the ultra-low birth rate continues.
Professor Choi Hae-min talked about scientific and technological factors and economic reasons for low birth rates among the factors of aging. In addition to this, I think the cultural factors contributed to the low birth rate that promoted an aging society. When life becomes abundant due to economic growth, stability, and individualistic culture spread to the members. As a result, the consumption of young unmarried people increases and the majority of them vary leisure activities. Additionally, marriage and childbirth are reluctant to bear the burden of their children, but rather preferring to work and earn the income they need to consume. Also, I think that gender equality barriers are spreading and there are still conflicts with the patriarchal culture that remains and lower rates appear. There is still a strong culture in Korean society that considers the burden of housework and childcare to be on women and the maintenance of living to be on men. However, today's younger generation values self-realization and is reluctant to give birth, especially due to problems such as marriage and career breaks for women. Finally, the concentration of population in the Seoul metropolitan area due to excessive centralized culture also plays a role. Due to the excessive population in metropolitan areas, real estate areas near the Seoul metropolitan area where there are many jobs are high, making it difficult to prepare a home for marriage and childbirth. In addition, due to the spread of individualism, there has been less interaction with neighbors recently, so it is difficult to form a social relationship to rely on when raising children. Professor Jin Sung-yeon, then how does this aging affect Korea?
Korea's aging population is very closely related to the low birth rate. Therefore, it is highly likely that the negative impact on society will be further maximized. First, as low birth rate and aging continue together, the number of productive people in terms of economic supply decreases. The number of skilled workers also decreases over time, leading to a decrease in both the quantity and the quality of labor. Second, as the population of the youth, which accounts for the majority of consumption, declines, consumption will decrease and also corporate investment decrease. This causes problems in disabling domestic demand due to shrinking demand in society. Third, the issue caused by the low birth rate increases the cost of supporting the elderly, resulting in economic burdens for the younger generation. If the situation becomes serious, greater generational conflicts could appear. Actually, in 2018, the elderly support cost is 19.6% and 5.1 people can support one elderly person. However, as the proportion of young people decreases due to the low birth rate and the proportion of the elderly increases due to the development of medical technology, the number of elderly dependents decreases. This can be a big burden for the younger generation. Finally, it could threaten social upkeep. Low birth rates are expected to make it difficult to maintain military forces from the 2020s, as well as it could increase the social security burden by increasing the number of receiving pensions and insurance premiums, worsening the financial status of social security funds.
Chairman Hwang Itae, then what solutions can we come up with to prepare for an aging society and break away from an aging society?
If Korea does not make effort to prepare for and resolve the aging phenomenon derived from low birth rate, it is highly likely that Korea will face a major crisis. So the government is creating many policies. First of all, we need to provide a number of stable jobs for young people in order to increase the birth rate and increase the proportion of infants. Recently, the labor market imbalance has worsened, with young people's educational background rising but lacking quality jobs compared to their standards. To solve this problem, efforts should be made to improve the quality of jobs and create jobs through labor reform by utilizing the young employment quota system. Additionally, the government should provide benefit to companies that hire young people as regular employee or improving working conditions and wage level by supporting small and medium-sized companies, as well as in order to solve the housing problem that comes as the biggest burden of marriage. The government will have to lower the mortgage threshold, increase the supply of public and private rental housing. It is also necessary that the government expand healthy insurance coverage to reduce the burden of medical expenses required for childbirth. Finally, in order to reduce child support costs, it is necessary to restore young people's trust in public education by investing in and reforming public education so that all education can be almost done within the school. Not only that, but we also need to come up with policies for the growing number of senior citizens. First, we need to strengthen the guarantee of old age income to improve the quality of life for the elderly. Korea's elderly poverty rate is the highest among OECD countries. This shows us that it is necessary to encourage the expansion of poverty pensions as well as public pensions to solve the problem of elderly poverty. Introducing an internship program for senior citizens is vital, so that the elderly can work for companies for a certain period of time after retirement.
The senior internship system is a system that allows senior citizens who have passed their retirement age to stay in the company as interns before they enter the company rather than retire immediately, and teach young people who have newly joined the company as interns. If this system is activated, we can expect a variety of positive effects such as harmony between generations, expansion of regular workers for young people, and the improvement of labor productivity.
I think we also need to foster the silver industry. Silver industry refers to an industry to aim at manufacturing, selling, or providing goods and services for the elder. This is essential to prepare for a rapidly growing aging society for consumers with a taste for the elder. By fostering the silver industry, we can prepare enough to prevent economic inactivity even in an aging society. Today, we looked at the current status, causes, impacts, and solutions of Korean's aging society. We hope that the Republic of Korea can cope with the aging society and reach out to the rest of the world without an inch. And we will end today's podcast here. Thank you for watching until now. I'm Cha Tae-jun, the host of the Dongha Podcast. Thank you.